Hey, Steve, in the first quarter and then into the second quarter, your guys had a scoring drought of about 9 minutes. What is that feeling when you're getting shots but nothing is going in?
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not that concerned about a 9-minute scoring drought. I'm concerned about defense. I'm concerned about a level of intensity and preparation and competitiveness. That's what was missing. And I'm the head coach, so I did not have them ready to play. Clearly, biggest game of the year, and it was over before it started. So really, really disappointing. But we've got a young team. I think of the guys who are out there tonight, I think we only have 3 guys who've been in the playoffs. Tonight was kind of like a playoff game for Dallas. They lost last night. They know we were right on their heels. They came out like it was a playoff game, and we came out like it was an exhibition game, and very disappointing.
I mean, you guys are obviously still 31-31 right in the thick of the play-in bracket, but you've had a lot of blowout losses this season. Why do you think it is that it seems like when you guys have a bad performance, it's like a really bad performance?
Yeah, I don't know. I thought we were done with those, Anthony. I thought those were more a case of just, being early in the year, not ready, for the competition that we were facing, playing some different combinations, that kind of stuff. I thought we were beyond that, but obviously, we took another one on the chin tonight. So, like I said, just really disappointing. I'm disappointed in myself for not having them better prepared. I'm disappointed in the way we just didn't meet the challenge as a group. It's a shame, but we've got 10 games left and we've got a lot to play for, and we will be better prepared next game. I know that. Thank you.
Michael, when the stakes were so big for this game, you guys knew what it meant for the standings. Why was this game such a challenge?
That one hurts. I think we all knew that game was important to us, obviously for down the road. But I think the energy was just bad off the jump. And when you start bad like that, you can never, it's hard to get it back. You know what I mean? We kind of dug ourselves a hole early. And it was a little too deep to climb out of. And, that's our fault for letting the energy slip. And that's something that obviously we got to work to improve on and build on for the games moving forward.
When you go through a scoring drought like you guys did at the end of the first quarter, and a lot of them, you guys had some good looks, like it was just, missing some hard shots. Does it kind of get you guys out of a rhythm? And what is it like going through a scoring drought like that? I guess is my question, when you're getting open looks and they're just not falling.
I mean, it's tough. Obviously, like you could see in the first quarter, we lost it 36-12. Second quarter, 26-17. It was clear that we struggled to get going. It kind of felt like there was a lid on the basket, and it also felt like they were making everything. So, they played well, and that's our fault for not bringing the right intensity and right respect to the game to start the game off and letting it get to that point. So, like I said, I mean, it's tough. It's going to be tough tonight. We're going to watch the film, see what we can learn and grow from. But I think we're a more competitive group than that. And we can show a lot more toughness, a lot more competitiveness, a lot more togetherness. And that's something I expect you guys to see over the next few games.
Steve talked about how he thought you guys were a little unprepared for this game, but both you and him talked about how everyone on this team knew how important this game was kind of down the stretch. So what were you not prepared for?
Like I said, I think it was just, their intensity. I think they turned the heat up early. They played really well in the first quarter, first and second, obviously throughout the whole game. But, They had a rough one last night, and they played a back-to-back. So, they had an edge to them to start the game that, quite frankly, I don't think we had. So, like I said, that's something that we got to look in the mirror and obviously take that one to the chin and obviously learn from it, grow, and be ready to fight out of the gate. Because, I was taught coming up, oftentimes first and third are some of the most important periods in basketball, and I don't think we handled our business in the first couple quarters. Obviously, a little bit better in the second half, but I wouldn't say anything near the toughness and the competition level that we got to bring. And obviously, I think that'll improve moving forward. And we don't want to. Obviously, I don't think anyone around the locker room likes feeling like this, likes looking like that. It's embarrassing, and obviously we gotta turn up the heat moving forward, and I think that's what we're working towards, and I know that's what we'll do.
Juan, after every one of these blowout losses this season, Steve comes in and he says, "I'm the head coach. I did not have the team prepared to play." So how much should Steve and the coaching staff be drill sergeants, and how much should the team have the right competitive spirit without needing to hear that from the coaches?
I think that is very commendable on Steve's part to take the blame. But you know what? I could sit here and take the blame as well. My job on this team is to be a spark. My job on this team is to bring energy and uplift my guys when we're in situations like that. So I could sit here and say it's my fault. We're adults. It's a long season. We're going to have good games. We're going to have bad games. Tonight was just a tough day at the office. And so I don't think, we came in unprepared. We weren't prepared to play. So I think it's just that. I don't think there's any, it's not rocket science. So I'll stand up and say it's my fault as well. I didn't come and do my job today. So.
Juan, when you say you guys weren't prepared, do you mean mentally, physically, or both, or emotionally, or what ways?
I think it's a combination of all those things. Like I said, it's a long season. Some days I wake up tired. It's my first time playing an NBA season, so I can only imagine how some of my vets feel. They've been playing all the way through, June for, 6 out of the last 7 or 8 years. It's a long season. And so, like I said, I don't think too much of it. That's one thing I'm learning, that, it's a lot of games to play in the season. It was just a tough day at the office, and, we'll be upset about it till midnight tonight and recalibrate tomorrow when we have practice.
Juan, from a player's perspective, what is it like experiencing a 9-minute scoring drought?
That's crazy that you say that. I didn't even realize that in the game. I didn't realize it was 9 minutes. I know we went a while, without seeing the ball go in. But, like Loon Wiggins and I were talking on time, we got a bunch of good looks, they just weren't going in, and that's deflating sometimes. And so for that to happen so early in the game, I think that's what and we weren't getting stops. So a combination of both those things is just is defeating in that moment. And, we dug ourselves a hole, and we went on a little short run. I think we scored like 6 or 7 points in a row. We just couldn't get over that 27-point hump, and I kept looking up, and it's like, it's 27 points, and then they push it up to 30, 31 again. It's very deflating, especially when you're getting open looks and you expect them to go in. But like I said, I'm gonna keep saying, it's one thing I'm learning from my vets. It's a long season. You can't put too much stock into one game. Although this was our biggest game of the season, it was a very important game for us. We want to get out of that play-in spot and get into the 6th spot. And so, I think Dallas is actually in the 6th spot, and tonight would have been a tiebreaker with us. Or for a tiebreaker between us and them. So it's frustrating, but it's a part of the game. Can't put too much stock into it. Got to be better tomorrow. Have a good night.